Let's pay homage to the lineage gurus, homage to the Venerable Monk Liaoming, homage to Master Sakya Zhengkong, homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa, and homage to Master Dupten Tarji. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. Homage to the main deity of the group practice today, Medicine Buddha of the Eastern Lapis Lazuli Ram, Namo Baisaya Guru. Sumu, Tanzen Katso, Duten City, all Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma lecturers, Dharma assistants, directors of temples and chapters, and all disciples present here and over the internet. Good evening, everyone. How do you do?
아이스테르 사랑해 오라미코 게게로 무쳐 스코인 이치바 키모치 주미 야피 프린프린 콩방와那么今天呢，我们是修药师琉璃光如来啊。那这一尊呢，其实是非常重要的一尊，非常重要的一尊。因为大家可以想一想看，这个人生最苦啊，就是病最苦，病是最苦
The
的。
most suffering is suffering due to sickness.
以前我记得《三国志》的时候，三国时代，中国。
I remember during the three kingdoms of China.
张飞啊，
张飞
孔明在一起。
And 孔明 were together.
孔明问张飞。
And 孔明 asked 张飞。
你这一生怕什么？
What are you most afraid of in this life? And Zhang Fei said,
什么都不怕。
I'm not afraid of anything.
他什么都不怕。
He's not afraid of anything.
上战场啊。
To get on the battlefields.
很英勇。
He's not afraid to die either.
孔明就问他。
And 孔明 asked him,
那你病怕不怕？
Are you afraid of sickness?
张飞啊，从马上掉下来。
And 张飞 fell off his horse.
哇，这最怕。
He's most afraid.
所以
Therefore,
英雄最怕
heroes are most afraid of being sick.
你虽然是身体强壮的，像生龙活虎，
even those with strong bodies,
但是在病
like
一到来，
dragons and tigers,
你就变成
but
一条虫，
when they are invaded by illnesses, they just become
甚至连
a
虫
tiny
都不如。
worm, or maybe not even that much.
这病实在是很可怕。
So illnesses are truly scary.
所以佛教有药师琉璃光如来，
So in Buddhism, we have Medicine Tathagata, who generated great vows.
希望我们修完药师琉璃光如来，
We hope that after this practice of Medicine
让这
Buddha,
个 COVID-19 还
that
有
the COVID-19
这些病毒
and Delta
能够
and all
消
these
除，
viruses can disappear.
真的这个影响太大，
It really has a
病毒
great
的影
effect,
响太大，
the effect of this virus.
全世界
The whole
此
world
起彼落，到现在呢， 所
falling
说
apart.
空城的
Until
仍
now,
然很多，
those who are, there are still
很多
many
国
who
家
are
到
in
现在都是说
lockdowns,
空城。
either the whole countries or cities.
我们虽然在宗教界，
Although in the religions
宗教界
realms
也受影响，
we are also affected.
也受影响。像我们每年有2次
Like for us, every year we have 2 grand ceremonies.
一个祈福大法会，
One is the
一个
blessing
超度
ceremony,
大法会，
and the other one is Bardo deliverance ceremony.
人潮啊，就是
And the
全潮，
attendees having
没有
many
人潮
people means
就没
lots
有
of
钱
flow
财。
of money. Without people, there's no money.
这师尊回来2年，
Grandmaster's been back for 2 years,
回美国2年，
back to United
这
States.
1年了，收支都不平衡。
And for this past few years,
讲起来很简单，没有弟子来啊，
my income stream has not
你
been
不是
stable
损失惨重。
because no disciples came. That's a big loss.
现在勉强坐在这里， 觉得
I force
人生很累，
to be seated here, but I feel it's quite tiresome.
很凄惨。
It's quite pitiful.
问什么时候你这个病毒会完全没有？
When can the virus disappear
所有
completely
的人能够过正常的生活。
so that everybody can live a normal
来
life?
看看，百业萧条啊，
Look at it. All kinds of businesses are not
比我们
good.
正常的人很多。
There are many people who suffer more than we do.
那些做生意的，
Those who do businesses,
做餐馆、
restaurants,
做旅游业的，
or travel business,
还有很多的事业，
and many other businesses
纷纷倒闭的倒闭，
some
关门的
went
关门
bankrupt, Some close their businesses.
他们真的是被这个新冠病毒
They are greatly affected by COVID-19 and all kinds of viruses. It's really horrible. They are very empathetic toward them. Golden Mother has said, in the past we asked her at the beginning of this outbreak, when will the COVID-19 disappear? And she said 2 years. So that would be March next year. That would be 2 years. Now I don't dare to say, but Golden Mother said so. If you want to blame anyone, blame Golden Mother. Don't blame me.
我盼望这个瑶池金母，她毕竟是大罗金仙。
I really hope Golden Mother, which is the great golden divine sage, I hope that what she said was accurate, that it will end March next year. Then True Buddhist School will still have a way to live. They should not, so hopefully True Buddhist School survives. There shouldn't be a major problem to last until then. All temples, chapters, and centers were really bleak. So we pray to Medicine Tathagata to please help. So that this kind of destructive virus can disappear sooner. One time I was seated at this Dharma throne of the Seattle temple. It doesn't matter. I came back pretty early to the tantric quarter today, and I rested there. But all the same, as soon as I get onto this Dharma throne, I would start yawning. Why can't I keep up my energy? Primarily because there is no light at the end of the tunnel. Still cannot see. Many Southeast Asian countries, and in Africa and Europe and Australia, Central and South America, North America, they're in deep waters and in the heat of fires. We have prayed to all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. We pray at each homa. And we prayed at each group practice.
全部都求完。
We have prayed to all of them.
这是无计可施再这样下去，大家都当蒙面侠。
If we continue, then we become tearful heroes and heroines.
师尊看武侠小说也看了不少。这个青山不改
Grandmaster has watched quite a lot of kung fu novels. So we will meet again later.
留得青山在。
The Green Mountains are still there. If we still have the Green Mountain, we are not afraid of not having any firewoods. So one of these days in the future, Buddha school will continue to flourish.
在进入说法之前
before the Dharma teaching,
先讲个笑话。
I would first share a joke.
在课堂上，
In the classroom, the teacher asked,
里面谁最厉害？
in the journey to the West, who's
有哪位小
the
朋友
greatest?
小
And
红回答
anybody knows?
孙
And
悟
Xiao
空
Hong
最厉
said,
害，
the Monkey King,
因为他会72变。
because he could change into
小
72
华
different
回答
things.
不是，
And Xiaohua
是
said, no,
观世音菩萨，
it's Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva.
他会念紧箍咒。 小强讲都不是，
And Xiao Qiang
如来
said,
佛
no,
最
none of
厉害，
those.
他一巴掌把孙悟空压在五指山下，还
With the
压
slap
了
of
500
the
年。
palm, he
老师
pressed
看
on the
着
Monkey King for 500 years.
就问他：“小明，
And
你
Xiao
知
Ming
道
asked,
谁最厉害？”
the teacher asked Xiao Ming, do you know
小明
who's
回答
the：“ greatest?
老师，我觉得刚刚同学们讲的那些人都不厉害。
None of those
我
people.
认为孙悟空他的爸爸最厉害。” 奇怪，小明怎么这么回答？老师问他什么原因，小明回答：孙悟空的爸爸能够把石头
The Monkey King's dad
能够跟石头做爱。 让石头能够变成孙悟空，
can change the rock
这个
into
才
the
厉害。
Monkey King. I'm
老师
sorry, I
说
cannot hear Grandmasters very clearly. Sorry.
这个笑话不怎么好笑。
The joke is not that funny.
老王问老张：“你现在在做什么？”老张回答：“我呢，现在上网
What are you doing
面
now?
膜给老婆。
I'm on the internet to buy face masks for my wife. ”
老王问：“
And Wang
你这么
asked,
体贴啊
huh?
老张讲：“千万不能小看面膜， 他才
Don't
仅仅
take
几块钱，
face mask very
却能
lightly.
让我老婆
It's only a
安
few
静1个
dollars,
小时。
but it would keep my wife quiet for an
你
hour.
说能不买吗？
So why don't you buy some?
所以要让老婆安静，
So
最好
to
是买
let
面膜
your wife quiet, it's best
贴
to
在
buy
脸上，
her
她就
face
安静。
mask, and then she place it on her face and she becomes
不
quiet.
然呢，你知道吗？
Otherwise, do you
女生
know,
啊，最会
woman
exercise 的 mouth，
loves to exercise the mouth.
好了，我们现在进入你问我答。
Okay, now we do question and answer.
香港
Question from Lien Ao,
谭
Hong
广
Kong.
辉问的，
Tan Quang.
诚心顶礼根本上，
Sincerely homage to the lineage of
在
Guru.
黄金的句子中，
In the golden verses, Grandmaster taught the yoga of the sound of Ah.
那个练习是这样子的，
And it is as
调
follows.
息
1. Regulate your breathing.
秘鲁
2.
之中，
Sit in the 7 Pilu
3.
postures.
观想
3.
虚空中
Visualize
蓝色，蓝色
blue
中有
color
白
in the
色的
sky.
莲花，
At the center, a
莲花
white
中有
lotus,
红色
and
的
inside
啊
it, a red Ah syllable.
4. 观想行者自己
4.
的际轮，
Visualize our own
际
navel
下
chakra,
四指处
which is 4
有白
finger
色
width
莲
below
花，
the navel.
莲
There
花
is a
中
white
有
lotus,
红色的
and
啊
at
字，
its center, a red Ah
口
syllable.
中喊出啊，
Shout
此
the
声
sound of Ah.
此声音须
This
震
sound
动
should
行
shake
者
the
的
whole
全
body
身，共7次。
for a total of 7
喊
times.
啊字时，要
Shouting
配合
Ah
呼气，
should be accompanied by exhalation.
然后喊啊，然后呼气。
So breathe
在
in,
第
shout
7
Ah,
次
and
的
then
啊字
exhale.
时，将
On the
际轮
7th
的啊
time,
字莲花
one should exhale one's lotus Ah from
际轮
one's
的
navel
啊
chakra.
字飞到虚
Visualize
空
the
中，
sound
和
of the
虚
navel
空中的
chakras Ah
白
fly to
莲
the
花
sky
的红
and
色的
merge
啊字
with the red Ah
二
syllable
合
of
为
the
一，
white lotus in the red sky.
此法重
in the
复
sky
过7次。
The red
是
Ah
一座
of the white lotus in the sky.
如
Repeat
果
7
觉得
times.
太猛烈，可
This
静
is
下来，
considered as one
隔
practice.
一段时
If
间
one
再
feels
行
too fierce, then one can stop and practice again after a while.
现在莲澳
So,
谭广辉问，
Lien Ao or Tan Quang
请
Hui
师尊
asked,
慈悲开示，示
Grandmaster,
范如
could you
何
please
喊
show
出
us
啊
how to
字
shout
声
the
音，
Ah
猛烈的震
and
动行者全身，
violently shake the whole body?
叫我示范。
He asked me to show, to demonstrate.
第二，
And
喊
2,
啊字时要如何配合呼
how the
气
inhalation and exhalation should be applied
呼讲
when
挥
shouting
呼气
Ah.
是分开7次，
Is it 7 separate times?
喊长啊字，
i.e. use
或者
one breath to
一口气
shout one
连
long
续
Ah,
喊7
or
次的
use
短
one
啊
breath to
字，
shout
是
7
长
short
啊
Ah?
还是短啊？
Is it long
长啊
Ah
是
or
什么？
short Ah?
短啊是
Long
什么？
Ah and short Ah.
观想际轮的啊 飞到虚空中，二合为一时，是否经过中脉？
When one visualizes the ah sound from the navel chakra to fly, to merge with the other ah in the sky, does it go through the central channel and fly out from the crown chakra? That's his question.
这个我告诉大家，这个是跟7日成佛法
Let me tell you, this is similar to the Buddhahood in 7 days. This is also popular in India, the yoga of the sound of ah was popular in India.
有点类似7日成佛法。
It is a little bit similar to Buddhahood in 7 days.
你自己观想自己成为一个 home，
So you visualize yourself to become a home syllable.
虚空中的
And in the sky, there is an ah syllable.
一个 ah， 一个 home。
So with ah
整个
and
人躺在
home,
床上，变成一
you
个
are lying in bed by yourself, become a home
上
character
面有一
or
个圈圈
syllable.
，ah 字呢有一个勾，
There's a circle, and the ah syllable has a hook.
以这个勾呢来勾住
And you use this
控制的
hook
这个圈圈，
to hook on the circle of home
Ah.
syllable.
home 一提
And lastly, ah,
就
home.
上去了。
Together, you go up, you rise up.
这个 ah 字重不重要？
So, is this ah character or syllable important? It's important.
我们知道，以3日明咒来讲，
We know about the 3-syllable mantra.
是法身，
Om is the Dharmakaya.
是报身，
Ah is the Sambhogakaya.
home
Home
是应身。
is the Nirmanakaya.
以前这个图腾答案笔上是写给我一个记，
So in the past, Master Dubdantarji wrote me a verse
众生等是
that
都是
all
应身，
sentient beings are home syllable, which means all sentient beings are
然后把自己
Nirmanakaya.
观想成为字，
So you visualize yourself
所
to
以地
become
下
ah.
四肢有一个红色的字，
At the forefinger width below the navel, there is a red ah syllable,
你自己已经自化本尊，
which means you have transformed yourself to become Yidam.
师尊常常自化本尊，
Grandmaster often transforms himself to become Yidam,
要供养
to make offering
4守方母，
to the 4 guardian mothers, the Dakinis in the 8 directions, and
不用自化，
goddesses of the 20 heavens.
要供养
There's
伊喜搓嘎曼达拉瓦
to transform into Yidam. You want to offer to Ishichoga, Mandarawa, Sakyadeva,
要自化
Sakyadeva,
变成
and
莲
Tashi
花生大师，
Kalasiddhi. And you need to transform yourself to become Guru Padmasambhava, because these 5 Buddha mothers were Buddha mothers of Guru Padmasambhava. Therefore, you need to transform yourself to become
自
Yidam.
己就变成字。
When you transform yourself to become Yidam, you become ah
所以
syllable.
跟大家讲，自己脐轮底下有一个
So that's why at the forefinger width below the navel, there is an ah
已
syllable.
经变成本尊，
And you visualize yourself to
虚空 中
become
的这个
Yidam
字
already.
也是本
And the
尊，
ah in the sky
那
is
是智
Yidam.
慧本尊，
That's the wisdom Yidam,
在娑婆世界的
the
字
wisdom deity.
是你，
And the ah in the Saha world is yourself, and you can transform into the Yidam yourself.
然后用飞的方法，
And then you fly to make the ah syllable to
合
fly,
在一起。
to merge with your Yidam.
经常这样子练习的话，
If you often practice this,
你可以成就本尊。
then you can attain the
这个是
CD of the
阿行
Yidam.
瑜伽最
That's
重
the
要。
yoga of the sound of ah,
经常如此的练习，
the
就是跟
most
本尊
important.
合一。
If you often practice this,
宇宙的
then
智
you
慧
are
本
in
身
union with the
合一
Yidam.
在一起。
You are
那么
in
他问的
union
问
with the
题，
wisdom deity of the universe.
示范如何喊出啊
And
字
his
声
questions are
猛烈的震动，行者的全
demonstrate
身
how to shout ah and violently shake the whole body.
要把全身的气全部震动。
And you want to shake qi of the whole
我们
body.
吸进气
We inhale
是细、慢、长，
and we do it slowly, long, and finely.
要呼气。好，大家注意呼气。
And to breathe out, pay attention.
全身要震动，
The
全
whole
身要震
body
动，
should tremble.
吐出去，
To shake the whole body.
然后
You exhale it
这个啊字观想
and you
到第
visualize the ah syllable
第七次，
on the 7th time
最重要是
to
第
go
七
to the
次，
sky.
一共有7次。
Altogether for 7 times. The most important one is on the 7th time.
第7次就是要全身震动，
On the 7th time, you have to shake the whole body and to
虚空中
send
的
this
字
ah
合
syllable
为
to merge with the ah in the
这是
sky
啊音瑜伽。
on the 7th time. This is the
第
yoga
7次声
of
音最
the
大，
sound of ah. And on the 7th
而且
time, it's the
把
loudest.
这个红色的这个啊字
And
飞出去。
you make the red ah syllable to
一般
fly,
来讲，我刚刚
to shoot
示范的还不够，还不够厉
toward
害，
the sky.
应该
My
啊字在记，
demonstration was not
手掌在记的。
so
Yeah.
extreme. The
好，
palm
记起
should be at the navel chakra.
飞出去。
And then it
这个
flew
全
out,
身的
shoot
气
out.
跟着
And
震
the
动，
chi of the whole body
也有
also
气从
tremble,
也有
also
气从
shake.
嘴巴出来，
So
然后
the
啊字从
chi
嘴巴飞出来，到
push through the crown
身
chakra
红色的
and
啊
also from the mouth.
这个已经是示范了。
The red R and the white
要
lotus.
如何配合呼
So
气
that's
及吸气？
The
你
demonstration.
吸气就是吸
And
到饱，
We inhale until
让你
full,
吃到饱，气让你吃到饱，
so all
然
you
后
can
再把
breathe
这
in,
一股气
and
吐
then
出来，
you exhale this
像
breath,
我刚刚那个震动，
and
那就是
then
呼气。
all trembled, and then you exhale it.
就呼出去。
And you exhale it.
这个一共要做
You
重
need
复做7
to
次，
repeat
重
it
复做7次，
7 times.
分开7次，就是可以讲。 你问的
So
第二个问题，喊啊字时要如何配合？
the second
吸
question,
气，你要先吸气，
how shouting the ah
然
is
后呼出
accompanied
去
by
的时候
inhalation
让
exhale.
气
First you need to
上
inhale the
来，
breath first,
喊出去，
and then when
就
you're
呼出去，
about to exhale, to
呼
let
出
the
去
qi
跟着啊
rises,
字一起出去，
and then you exhale at the same time as
这是
as
我
the
的示
ah
范动作哈，
exits.
是短啊字，不是长啊字，
So it's a short
长啊
ah,
字
not the long ah.
差不多等于是杀鸡一样。
If it's a long ah, it's like killing a chicken.
就死了。
Then you're dead.
观想际轮的啊音飞到虚空中，
Visualize
为一时，
the ah sound from the navel chakra to shoot out to merge with the ah in the
如
sky.
顶轮开
Does
的，
it go through the central
可以
channel
从
and
中
fly out from the crown chakra?
顶轮没
If
有
your
开的
central
可以
chakra
从
has been opened, then you
大
can
师尊
do
刚
it
才
through
做
the
的时
central
候，
channel and crown chakra.
这个是
But
冲
if you
轮，
don't, you
从
can
顶
do
轮
it from
也
the
打
mouth.
开口，
What Grandmaster did
但是刚刚
earlier
我做的
was
是
through the crown
嘴巴
chakra and also
把
mouth.
红色的啊字飞出去，
But just now,
观
I
想
make
虚
the
空
ah
中有
syllable
红
to
色
shoot
的
out
啊
from through my mouth.
自己的啊字
And
从
you
嘴巴
visualize
飞
a
出
red
去，
ah syllable in the sky,
贴在那个啊字
and
上，
your
就
own
跟
ah
本尊合一，
shoot out
就
from the
跟本尊
mouth
合一。
and
这个
to
方法主要
shoot
还是
to the
二
ah in the
合
sky.
一。
Then you're in union with the
智慧
yidam.
本尊
The most
跟你
important
自
thing
己定
is
身的
the
啊
union of the two.
二合为一，你可以跟
So
本
the
尊
ah
相
of
应，
the wisdom deity, the yidam,
就是一个方
merge
法，
with ah
在
that is
印
you.
度称为啊
Then you
印
would gain
印
spiritual union with the deity. So this is one method, and in India it's
你们
called the
谁修过这
yoga
个
of the sound of ah. Anybody has practiced it before?
谁修过？没有人修过，
Nobody here.
这个也是很好的方法。
This is also a good
Yeah.
method.
当然，临终的时候啊，我看还
Of
我看你已
course,
经
at
喊
the
不
time
出
of
来。
death, of course, you will not be able to shout anymore.
平时在修的时候啊，跟本尊合一，
Normally, when you practice, you're
等
in
到完
union
全
with the
跟本尊
yidam.
合一了，在临终的时候，
Once you are
用
completely in
气
union
把
with the
这个啊
yidam,
字推上
then at the moment of
顶
death,
轮，
you use the qi to push the
跟
ah
宇宙的
to
本尊
exit
你
from
的
the crown
本尊
chakra
合一
and to be
就成
union
就。
with the yidam of the universe. Then you would have attainment.
英国伦敦
From
莲
England,
花红会仙
莲
英国
花
伦敦莲花红会仙，
红会仙
最敬爱尊贵的师尊，
most beloved Grandmaster,
顶礼你的佛祖，
I pay
你能
homage
解
to your
释一
feet.
下如何修
Could you please
大力
explain
金刚的敬爱法？
how to practice
在
Mahabala's
网站
magnetization
上
Dharma
上面写
practice?
着
On the
大
internet,
力
it's
金刚的
written,
敬爱法，要用
in
金
the
刚棍
Mahabala
轻
magnetization
轻
Dharma
打
practice,
他一下，
one uses the
你还
Vajra
说
pole to gently
然
beat
后
him.
用金刚
You
锁
also said, then use the
将
Vajra
对象
lasso
绑回家
to
结婚。
tie him and bring him home for marriage.
你说大
You
力金
said
刚可以达
Mahabala
成
can
敬爱，
accomplish
将原
magnetization
本对你无
to
益的
let
对象
someone who initially
一下
had no
子
interest
转变对
generate
你有情意。
romantic interest in you.
请问
1.
师尊，可否将大力金刚敬爱法
How
扩
do
展
I use the
做
Vajra
一个
pole?
完整的教导？如何观想持咒的
Could
次
you
数
teach
等
the
等？
instruction
我已发
and how
送
to
电子邮
visualize
件
and how many
报名
times
附魔法会，
I have sent email
报
to
名表
register
上
for the Homa
便求
ceremony.
大
In the
力金
registration
刚
form,
灌顶，
I asked for
我
Mahabala
会得到
empowerment.
灌顶吗？
Will I receive
我
the
人在
empowerment?
伦敦，
I'm in
如何
London,
能得
so
灌
how
顶？
do I receive the
我每
empowerment?
星期都有参加论，
Every week I do
还有
attend
参加
Zoom.
论。非常感谢师尊，
Really grateful to
你真
Grandmaster.
是太宝贵了，
You're truly precious.
请留在世间，
Please stay in
继
this
续
world
帮助我
to
们所有
continue
人。
help all people.
任何时候，只要
At
有
any
机会，
time, whenever I
我
have
会
a chance,
尽可能将你的佛法传播给
I
人
will
们。
spread your Buddha Dharma to other
这是
people the
英
best
国
I
伦
can.
敦莲花红
This
会
is
仙
from England, 莲花红会仙.
他要用大力金刚法，因为大力金刚有一个棍，它手上
She
持着一
wanted
个
to
棍，
use Mahabala Dharma.
这
Mahabala
个棍
holds a pole,
的做法很像是权杖，权杖
so the usage of this pole is similar to a kachanka, which is the authoritative staff.
这个太大力，
If you use too much strength,
太轻
then
也打昏不了
the
它。
skull would be
所以
broken.
这个
If
就
it's
是一
too
个
soft,
节制
it will not
节制观想
awaken him.
大力金刚的棍，
So you visualize Mahabala's
把
pole
你的心仪的对象，
to
主要
hit
是让他迷
the one you're interested in,
迷。
and primarily
我知道，我以前学佛法，
to get
学这个
him
符
interested.
画符的符，
In the past, I
里
learned
面很
about
多
talisman
和
and fu,
合符
and lots of them is for harmony.
和符最上面也是一个迷字，底下也是一个迷字，
So on
中
top,
间呢画一个
there's
男的，
this character
然后生辰八
about
字写在两条线之
bewilderment,
间交叉
and
合
then
起来，
at the bottom too.
上面是一个迷字，下面也是一个迷字。
So bewilderment
所
or
以讲，清醒的时候，
at the top and at the bottom and in the middle, drawing of a man and a woman and with a thread.
一定是迷糊的时候，
Typically speaking, if they're fully awake, they will not love you. They have to be bewildered or
大力金
confused
刚的
in order to love
只要
you.
那一棍
So with that staff or the pole of Mahabala hit upon him, then he would be lost. So the head of a man, the head of a woman, and then 2 threads, 2 lines, all enjoined, and then the date and time of birth on the line, and then with the enchantment or bewilderment at the top and at the bottom to connect them. If you're too clear-minded, then a woman will not get married. The same for man. So those who are married, so usually you get married when you're most bewildered. Or muddle-headed, or which we can say when you're at your worst luck. So she asks the key formula of Mahabala magnetization dharma, how to visualize and how many times of mantra recitation. So you visualize, don't beat him to death, just so that he's dazed. Just knock on his head so that he's bedazzled. And then use the Vajra lasso. Mahabala also holds a Vajra lasso, and then you tie him up and visualize to bring him to your dorm, to your dorm room, and then he's sleeping next to you, he or she. When he just half conscious and he's about to get up and he climb on top of you, then you just embrace him or her tightly. Don't let him be awake or clear-minded. Then he would push you out. Can Grandmaster teach the key formula and how to visualize? That's what I taught just now. That's the visualization. And you chant 108 times. Om Mahabhalaya. Hom Hom Pe. Om Mahabhalaya. Hom Hom Pe. Om Mahabhalaya Hom Hom Pe. Or the gentle version of Mahabhalaya Soha. When you hit his head, you need to chant Om Mahabhalaya Hom Hom Pe 108 times. You hit on his head gently 108 times. 108 times, just gently, and you chant 108 times. And then you visualize that you have brought him or her to your home. And then you chant Om Mahabhalaya Soha. Om Mahabhalaya Soha. Also 108 times.
这个大力金刚可以摇灌顶吗？
Can we have remote empowerment for Mahabhala? 要轻灌还是摇灌？要轻灌。 You have to receive the
那
empowerment
你要等一
personally.
等啊。
Then you have to
等疫
wait.
情过了，
Wait until the pandemic's
应该
over.
你可以坐飞机过来啊。
You can fly
对不对？
here, right?
你只要检测，
If you
检测
get a
没有
test
染上病毒，
and negative,
你可以坐飞机过来。
then you can fly here
我们西雅图，然后你再来
and to
在
Seattle.
下飞机的时候再检测。
When you get off the plane, you get tested again.
你不知道有没有打过预防针？
And
如
have
果打
you
过预防针了，你
get
检测你就飞
vaccinated?
过来，
Then you can
然后隔离几
fly over
天
here
再检测。
and isolate for a few days and
没
test
有新
again.
冠病毒，你可以来问世。
And if you're negative, you can come for spiritual consultation and ask for empowerment.
然后你再
That
飞
would
回
be
去，
personal empowerment. And then you fly home.
这个就是比较麻烦。
It's rather troublesome.
所以这个一定是要明，一定要明。对，
It has
不
to
知道你
be
长得怎么样，
dazed. I don't know how you look.
也不知道你几岁。
I don't know
对不
how
对？
old you are.
洪慧仙，也不知道你几岁，你长得怎么
I
样？
don't know how old you are, how you look.
我也可以帮你修，
I can
师
help
父
you
帮你修法，
to practice
让
it
你得到了
so that you get
众人的敬爱。
love by people.
这个是很重要啊！这其实
This is
这
very
也是
important.
敬爱法当中的一种。
This is
因为
one
念
of
教有
the
四大成就
magnetization
法，
Dharma
这
practices.
个是十
In
章，
Tantrayana, we have
一个
four
是正义， 一个是降
attainment
伏。
practices. One is
This is Jing.
purification, enrichments,
那么大力
magnetization,
金
and
刚包
subjugation.
含了
And Mahabhala
前面是降伏，后面是敬爱。
includes a subjugation first and then at the back
这个伏法也有
magnetization.
你可以写进来
So
求佛法。
protector.
我特别
You
为你
can
发
write
一
a
张
letter. Oh,
这个男的
also for
跟
Fu,
女的，而
you
且
can
你
write a
对
letter
象
to
的
ask
真
for the
诚
Fu
发
or talisman.
都有的话，帮
And
你发一
especially if you have date and time of birth
上
of
面写
both.
个名，只
Write
要
the
他喝
name.
到了这个水，
And I can draw a
以前
Fu
那
for
个邪
you,
符的时候
the
师父有
talisman.
讲，
And if he drinks
他
the
本来
water
是
of the
画一
burnt
道
Fu,
符，是
I
要让那
remember
个
my
男
guru
人
said,
化成灰在地上，让那个男的走过去，啊，
he drew a
那
Fu
个男的
and burned it
就
to
会迷
become
上，
ash, and so that if he walked over
就
it,
会去追求
then
你。
he would be
结果是
enchanted
一
by
只
you
母猪
and
走过去，
courted after you. But it turned out there was a
画
female
了
pig
符在地上，
that walked
一
over
只
it.
母猪走过去，结果这个母猪天天在你
So
你
the
家门口，
the the hog, the female pig, was
这很
always
厉害
at
的，
your
这
door
方
every
法是
day.
很厉害的。
So this Fu drawing or talisman method is very incredible. Maybe it would be faster for you.
帮你画符，让他能够
I can help
吃到
you
符，
draw of a talisman.
不然把那个符烧在他家，
So either to have
让他
him
走过去，
drink it,
一跨过去，
or you burn the
他就会
Fu
上
in front of his house, and as long as he step over it, then he would be enchanted or by you,
不然你就
bedazzled
要
by
到
you,
这里来。
or else you have to come here.
以前呢，就是画符在那让他走，结果母猪走过去，那个母猪天天在家门口。
Talisman, and it turned out that it's a female pig or so walk over it. So every morning, every day, she's waiting at the front door.
亲爱的，我好
The
怀
wife
念
said,
以前的时光。 你
Honey, I'm so
每天
nostalgic
都
of the
搂着我
past.
睡觉，你现在
You
都不抱我，
and
老公
hugging
说
me.
是啊，
Now
我也
you don't
好
hug
怀
me
念以前。
anymore. And the husband said, Yeah, I'm so nostalgic of the past too. At that time, the two of us slept on a single bed, and we felt that it was still quite
我都被你挤到床下，
large. But now, sleeping on a double bed, you already pushed me out.
婚前跟婚后，
So things change.
结婚前跟
Before
结
and
婚后
after
会变，
marriage, things change.
除非有一点，
Except one thing.
这个女生本身她有内在的优点，
The woman has some inner beauty or inner strength.
而男的会怀念他过去的
And the
种
man
种的优点，
will be nostalgic of all
他就
her
会恩爱。
goodness. Then they would be
否则呢，
loving
大部分都是
else.
吃甘蔗，
Most just like eating the
开始是
sugar
甜，
cane. It's
最
sweet
后
at
就
the
变成
beginning,
甘蔗渣。
and at the end it becomes
婚姻都是这样子，开始是甜的，后来就变成甘蔗渣。这个也算是笑话。
becomes the
不好意思
tasteless.
我觉得有点黄。
This is a little bit.
有一家面馆的招牌，牛肉面的面馆招牌很特殊，它上面写着
The name of
大牛
beef
比
noodle
较
soup
懒
is very special.
大牛比较懒的牛肉馆的面的
The
招牌
big
是这样子的：大牛比较懒，
Ox is
但是不能
rather
倒喝的。
lazy.
这个有点仿。
But you cannot read it backward. It's Chinese. Play of word.
小明问小英：“你的狗会咬人吗？”小英讲
Xiaoming
不会
asked Xiaoying, Does your dog bite?
没
No.
想到小明一靠近，
And when
就被
Xiaoming
狗咬了一下。
approaches, he was
小明就骂：“你不是
bitten
说
by the
你的
dog.
小狗不咬人
So
吗？
Xiaoming said, Didn't you
小明
say that
我真
your
的没有
dog
骗
didn't
你，
by
我的狗在家里，
people.
刚刚咬你的那不是我的狗。
Oh, but my dog is at home. The one that just bit you was not my dog.
好啦，我们讲这个道果啊。
Okay, let's now expound on Lamdre.
出游瓶罐，买行次。出游瓶罐，卖行次地融入。
Initially, by the channel practice of the vase empowerment stages to enter, the top knot of the central channel transforms into the shape of nata.
转成那达，之形细如马尾，
Nata, as fine as the end of a horse tail,
其位
as long as a
现
finger,
身化身，
and this is called all body emanations.
金刚
It will appear as the Bhagavan
释
Vajradharas,
迦能王
illustrious
所谓的
magnificence,
最圣
the
化
able
身
Sakya king, etc., the so-called supreme
最圣
emanation
的
bodies,
实为最圣
the most victorious
一切众
ones,
生及
in all
如
the
意树
appearance
等
of
宝
all
藏
sentient
一切之
beings,
相，
and wish-fulfilling trees and such treasure houses to benefit all the transformed disciples.
蜜罐融入
Also,
日行间，
the secret empowerment is merged into the practice of 6-syllable characters. All the characters merge according to the stages.
故
The color is red.
二后
Its shape is merged into the shape
双运
of a
轮回之日
non-destructing
力
character,
融
aham,
入故为成正魔的后
in dual
之力，
execution. Its power is merged into the power of Mara subduing home character,
十善
referred as the Sambhogakaya of all speeches,
及
upholding good
一切
communication
众生生
by the sound
及
of
一
all
切
sentient
大众
beings
之
and
心，
all major kinds
小
of
虚
sound,
空更严禁
the
之
sounds and speeches that make the cosmos more pure
会观
and perfect to
融
benefit
入甘
the
露
transformed beings.
九界依次成
The
就
wisdom empowerment
最圣
merges
性
into the
根性
practice of sweet
甘
nectar.
露化为
The
一
nine
切
realms are
化
gradually
身
settled and
如
purified
有
according
所
to the stages
尽
to
所
merge
有
into the
无
most
一
superior
之
practice of purity
一言
proportions.
起和合而
The
现
sweet
前，
nectar is transformed
第四
into
观
the Dharmakaya of all
融入
minds.
气形，
All the non-remainder
业气
wisdom appears
依次
due to the
融入
gathering of
转
the
为
start
气
of
形，
affinity. The fourth empowerment merges into the practice of qi. The karmic qi merges
其
and
气
transforms
转化
into
为
the
身
wisdom
体
qi
之
according to the
体
stages.
性之身现前，
This qi is
于一切
transformed
身
into the appearance of
一
body,
切
speech,
语
mind,
义
and
二
true nature bodies. End
与
quote.
同一
At the
程
time
度
of
的
all
语
bodies, all speeches
意
and
义一
minds
切
are
所
the
化，
same.
以
By
上
the interest of this same
为
occurrence to
转
benefit
世
all beings,
教转
above
化
is the
所依之
instruction
四
on
身
the transformation of
又
the relight four
转
bodies.
化能依含场者，即诵
Also, transformation
即
can
能
rely
得
on the
体
hidden
清
one.
净体性
The
者，
verse in quotes
如是
can
四
attain the
身
utmost
圆
pure
尽一
true
切
nature
一
body.
自
End
性
quote.
中，
Amidst all the
其
wisdom
显
nature of the
现
perfect
其
and
现
pure
前
four bodies,
如
the appearance
幻化
appears
往
like
昔
stated in the
尽
Sutra
佛无生性，
illustrationary net,
自之
in
体性
quotes,
为
endowed
一
with the
身，
nature of the
其
Buddha's
名
five bodies. End
无
quote.
后
And one's own true
一之眼，
nature is one
又
body, referred
利
as
他
the
之力
immaculate
中，
one wisdom eye,
为发心令发
also ardently
其
benefiting
有益
others,
生意
meaning to make
现
the
正
generation
无
of the
盲则
mindset
开
that has not
引
been
众
generated
不可
and
思
going
议
up
功
the
德，
grounds, the
色
realization
甚
of the
广，
body, the
故
opening of
复
the eyes of a blind person,
恒
and
说
such
所
unimaginable
谓
merits.
恶律
Because it is
中
very broad, it will not be
见解
covered here.
同意会
the above benefiting both self and others, all the assembly members have realizations at the same time. The practitioner himself, the purely pure consort in his continuum, all the invoked gurus, all the invited disciples, and the dakinis who give blessings and eliminate hindrances, all of the above 5 groups gain liberation at the same time. Let's talk about this excerpt. Of course, it's quite meaningless reading this. Actually, there's meaning in it. Because there are 4 kinds of empowerment. Their meanings to each of all 4 empowerments. And these 4 empowerments are the most important empowerments, not the general empowerments. For example, talking about Kala Chakra. If you attend Kala Chakra, there are 7 empowerments, and those empowerments are different from these 4 kinds of empowerments. These 4 kinds of empowerments are called the 4 empowerments of the highest stages. Like Kala Chakra, 7 empowerments, like the water empowerment, ribbon empowerment, they're all just symbols. It just symbolizes a small part. So the empowerment here is different. Race empowerment is the first one. Initially, the race empowerment, it transforms into nata at the top knot. What is nata? It's light. It's a thread. It's power, light, line. It means a mantra syllable. It's a little bit like S, the shape of S. It symbolizes light and power and also wisdom. It said, fine as the end of a horse tail. In the beginning. This is all body emanations. It means it's nirmanakaya, or physical bodies. You are a physical body. In Lamdre, it's called emanated body. So it sounds a little bit similar to Dharmakaya. So it's the first body. Before empowerment, you're a mundane body. And after empowerment, it's called Nirmanakaya, or physical body, which is the beginning of spiritual cultivation. At that time, Bhagavan will appear, Vajradharas, illustrious, magnificence. What is Vajradhara? Adharma Buddha or Samantabhadra Tathagata is Vajradhara. Demonstrates his illustrious magnificence, or the able Sakya King, Sakyamuni Buddha, the so-called supreme emanation bodies, which is the same as Nirmanakaya. the most victorious one. Actually, it's not the most supreme, but it's considered as the most supreme. The appearance of all sentient beings and wish-fulfilling trees and treasure houses to benefit all the transformed disciples. So it is to say that sentient beings are all Buddhas. So starting from mundane beings and to end to start spiritual cultivation, and that's the beginning of all the supreme ones. The beginning. So everyone that have received empowerments are disciples. And then you enter into the second empowerment, which is the secret empowerment, which is the empowerment for the inner tantra. The secret empowerment is merged into the practice of 6 syllables or characters. All the characters merge according to the stages. The color is red. So they are hung. Merge inside our body. Is always at the forefinger width below the navel, and hung is at the brow chakra. And will become inner fire or tummo. And hung is the light drops. Hung. So that's to practice the inner fire and light drop dharma practices. So non-destructive characters. The characters will not be destroyed. And its power is merged into the power of Mara subduing home character. Home can eliminate all the bad habitual tendencies to become Sambhogakaya, or reward body. So for the second empowerment, you would reach Sambhogakaya. For the first empowerment, you would reach Nirmanakaya. And before empowerment, it's mundane body. And then emanation body or Nirmanakaya, and now reward body or Sambhogakaya. Then you know how to use the mantra. Mantra syllables are hung, hum. You know how to utilize these mantra syllables to cultivate. You use to become inner fire. You use hung to become light drops. So that's the Sambhogakaya of all speeches. Upholding good communication by the sound of all sentient beings and all major kinds of sound, the sounds and speeches that make the cosmos more pure and perfect to benefit all the transformed beings. And then the third empowerment, which is the wisdom empowerment. It would generate sweet nectar. The 9 realms are gradually settled and purified according to the stages to merge into the most superior practice of purity proportion. The most pure. We know about bliss, superior bliss, supreme bliss, and innate bliss. And emptiness, second emptiness, third emptiness, fourth emptiness. So 4 emptiness and 4 blisses are the most pure spiritual cultivation, are transformed by the sweet nectar. That's the Dharmakaya of all minds. all the non-remainder wisdom appears due to gathering of the start of this
为什么
affinity.
叫做甘露？
That's wisdom
慧冠
empowerment.
为什么叫做甘露？
Why is it called the sweet nectar?
应该讲起来是已经应用了，已经应用了。
We should say that it has utilized the light drops and the inner fire
另外，
merging
本尊空
and the
行
yidam dakinis
甘露有相关的融合在一起，
and sweet nectar are
那
interrelated
是一种
and
清净
merged together.
净分，
It's
就
a
是
kind of
一直把这个
purity,
不好
purity
的排除
proportion,
掉
continually to
清净
eradicate
到
the
了
bad things and see how
到了
much
完全清净，
proportion of purity you
第四
have
观
reached
就融
until
入
you
气
reach
息
completely
业气等一
complete purity,
转化
which is the
成
fourth
气
empowerment,
我们身上的气
which is the
本来
karmic
是
chi
业
merges and transforms into wisdom
业
chi.
有业障的气，
So the chi inside our body
但
is
是
called
由
karmic
业
chi,
就转
chi
成
with
智
karma.
智慧的智，由业转成了智，
But then it's transformed to become
融
wisdom
入
chi.
气行、业气等依次融入
The
转
fourth
成
empowerment
知
merges into the practice of
一切
chi.
一切智啊，
The karmic chi merges and transforms into the wisdom chi
其气
according to
转
the
化，它的
stages.
转化的
And
次
this
第
chi is transformed
是身体转
into
化，
the
开始
appearance.
是身体转化，
The transformation
再来是
stages start from the
语转化
body, the body
口，
transformation,
因为你
speech
持咒
transformation because you chant
咒语
mantra.
就是语转化，
And so the
再来
mantra
是意
syllables
念
is
转
the
化，
speech
意念
transformation,
转化，
and then the
意
mind
念转化
transformation
是等于三观，
is the same as the
体
third
现之
empowerment,
身就是四观，
and the true nature body, that's the fourth empowerment.
所以这里面身
Body
观点、语观点、
empowerment, speech
意观点、
empowerment, mind
体现身
empowerment,
的观点，
and dispositional or true nature body empowerment.
一切
Four
身
empowerments
一
altogether.
切与一二
At the
十
time of all bodies, all
以
speeches,
同一
and all
程度
minds are
地
the same.
利益一切所化，以上即
The
为
same occurrence benefit
教
all
示转
transformed
化所依
beings.
之四身，四种身
Above is the instruction on the transformation of the relight four bodies. So the four bodies will appear.
报身、
Nirmanakaya,
化
Sambhogakaya,
身、体
Dharmakaya,
现身
and Swabhavikakaya.
啊，这四种身
Four kinds of bodies.
又转化能含
Also, transformation can rely on the hidden one,
能得及
The verse
清
in
净
quotes
其正身，
can attain the
如是
utmost
四
pure
身
true
明净
nature
之
body,
意
end
志
quote.
性中
Amidst all the wisdom nature of the perfect and pure four
其
bodies,
现前
the
如
appearance
泛化
appears like stated in the sutra illusionary net, in quotes, endowed with the nature of the Buddha's five bodies.
啊
Buddha
应
has
身
five
身
bodies:
应
Nirmanakaya,
报身，
Sambhogakaya, Dharmakaya, Swabhavikakaya,
然后再凡夫身，
and
自
mundane
之体
body.
性为一身，其云无
So
后一
one's
之
own true
这
nature
种是
is
没有无
considered
后
one
到了最
body,
高的境
referred
界
as the Immaculate One,
没有
Wisdom
无后
Eye. The highest realm is
成为 一
immaculate,
切智，一切智的意思。
so it's referred as all.
又利
Wisdom
他之引众，就是说你自己证得
Also
来以后，
ardently benefiting
你还要
others.
教化众生，
So which mean
Because
after you have
leading
attainment yourself, you also want to
为
teach
发
and
生
benefit
令花
others.
令其发生，
meaning to make the generation of the good mindset that has not been
我们要
generated.
令它发心，
So
开始修行，
for mundane beings, we want them
然后一地一地
to
的
want to generate the mind to
一
start
地一地
spiritual
的登地，
cultivation, and
现
then
证菩
go
提，
up ground by
盲
ground,
则开眼，
the
能以
realization
种
of
不可思议
body,
的功德，
the opening
此
of
色
eyes
甚
of blind
所以不
person,
再讲，因为
and
度
such
化众生
unimaginable
就是这
merits.
样，
It's very broad, so it will
让
not be covered here.
盲目的众生能够开
So
眼，
this is how we
开眼
deliver sentient beings, so that the blind person can be enlightened, so that they can see.
前谓恶利之引众，恶利就是自利也利他，
The
自利
above
也利
benefiting
他，
both self
见
and
所
others.
同一会正觉，所修则自身
So the
相续
assembly
严禁之
members
非，
have
这个是
realization
修
together
修成
at
就
the same time. So not only the
你自己
practitioner
本身
himself,
所用的明非也
the
会成就，
consort that you utilize will
你
also
的
have
家人
attainment. Your
或者
family
你的眷
members
属
or
也
your
会成就，
retinues or
你的弟
assembly
子
will
也会
also have
成就，
attainments. Your disciples will
就是
also have
眷
attainments.
属同一会正觉，也就是说，除了你自己，
So the retinue will
还有你的
also
明
have
非，
attainments together.
另外
Yourself, your
你的
consort,
眷属、你的弟
your
子，
family members, your disciples,
他们一样都会得到
they all
正觉的意思。
will
所修则自身
attain
一相续严禁之明非，
realization and
圆满清
attainments.
净的明非，把圆满清净的明非，
So all the
依我所祈请之殊胜
your
上师，
retinue would have
你
realization.
自己的
Practitioner
上师，
himself, the perfectly pure
你自己
consort, in
你
his
自己的
continuum,
弟
all
子
the invoked gurus,
都会除掉
your
障
own
碍，
disciples,
得到加持，
dakinis
还有
who
所有
give
帮
blessings
助
and
空
eliminate
性，
hindrances, all the
这个
dakinis who
五
help
种
you,
同时得到解脱。
all these 5 groups will gain liberation at the same
它的
time.
意义就是在这里，
That's what it
你
means.
自己，你自己
Yourself,
的明非，
your
你
consort,
自己的上师，
your own
你自己
gurus,
的弟，
your disciples,
这五种，
all these 5
还有你自
kinds.
己，自己明非，上师，
You, consort,
弟，
guru,
还
disciples,
有眷属、空性，都会
family members,
这五种
dakinis, all 5
全部
kinds
是同一个正觉，
will
同一个正
gain
觉，所以
liberation
五者
and
同时得
realization
到解
together.
通通得到解脱的意思。我不解释哦，
They all gain liberation.
你们可能看了半天也不会。
If I don't explain it, perhaps you will not understand reading it.
这个解释出来才会知道，但是也很难解释。我听说
You can only understand
再
after
过
it's
几
being
章就
explained.
灭补了。
I heard that it will be
还
over
有几章？
in a few pages. How many pages left?
在4章就结束了，当然要
4
结束了，都
pages.
得到正解了，还
Of
还
course,
修，
it's about to end
就
because
不
you
用
have
修了，
reached the
已经到了
perfect,
无修
the
无加了。
ultimate
到12第半，
realization.
到
It's
13
already the
第
yoga of no
成佛了。
practice, 12.5 ground, 13th ground, that's Buddhahood already.
真的是很难讲。
So
每一个
Lamdre
语
is
气啊，
extremely
怎么样子
difficult
都
to expound.
一大堆的名词，
So many
真的是很
terms,
难讲。
very difficult.
啊，几点了？
What time is it now?
阿弥陀佛的。
10:45. Oh no. Wow.
这个笑话好笑吗？
Is this joke funny?
每一次都很晚睡。
I sleep late every day.
老公讲，这一
The
次的
husband
病毒一
said,
定是母的。
the virus this time
老婆
must
讲，
be female.
病毒哪有
And
分
the
公的还
wife
是母
said,
的？
the
老公讲，
virus
你
have
不觉
gender?
得它针对男人吗？
Don't you think that
酒店全部关门，
it
没有地方按摩，
targeted toward
茶
men?
也不能泡，
All the
酒也没得喝，
restaurants are closed, nightclubs are
麻将
closed,
也不能
massage
打，
places are closed,
男
you
人
cannot
天天
drink
准时
wine,
回家，
bars are
但是百
closed,
货公司、网络商城、量
and
贩店
but
全都正常营业，
but all the shopping malls, the shops,
还不
and
是
the
针对男人
internets are all open as usual, so it's
对啊，
targeted toward men,
想要
right?
去夜店的，对，
So
也
you
不
want to
能
go
去，
nightclubs, you cannot.
八大行业
The 8 kinds
连
of
三温暖
businesses,
也不能泡，
and you cannot even go to spa.
病毒一定是母的。
So the virus must be a female. Oh, mani